And I want to address that phrase quickly, midlife crisis. I think I'm using it correctly now. I'm 42 years old now, and I've been through many phases of life. And I think I'm finally using the phrase midlife crisis correctly, because I used to toss that one around back in my 30s. I'd say, oh, I think I'm having a midlife crisis. Nope, those were panic attacks. Totally different thing, it turns out. Even in my 20s, I'd go, oh, I think I'm having an early midlife crisis here. I was not. Quarter life crisis. It's different. And don't worry, this is not going to turn into a guy in his 40s going, young people don't really know stress. They do, and we need them too. Quarter life crises are driven by real stuff. The earth is melting. Fascists are back. We need young people scared and pissed and trying to fix it. We need it. I'm just saying, I've been through both now, and I see the difference between the quarter life and midlife crisis. And I'll tell you, I'm jealous of the quarter life crisis. Because even though it's very real, quarter life crises, they have some elements of adventure to them. And I like that a lot. Like a quarter life crisis, you might just be sitting in your cubicle and you're like, you know what? I don't really like my life. I'm just gonna change it. Fuck it, I quit now. 2 weeks notice? Fuck that, I'm leaving at lunch. I'm not even saying goodbye to these assholes. Out of here, right? If I run out of money, I guess I'll just sleep on couches for a while. Or maybe I'll just throw on a backpack and I'll go to Central America and walk around until I find myself. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe along the way, I'll try some of these new weird drugs I've been hearing about. I hear they got these new hallucinogens now. They don't even have names. They just call them like 2CEF. Give me those. I'll try the science drugs. Who cares? Give me the science drugs, right? Maybe I'll start calling myself Heather Leather and I'll join the roller derby. Yeah? Very popular quarter life crisis. Freak out and join a roller derby. There's adventure inside those things. I'm jealous of that. Because a midlife crisis, it's a little more sedate and a little more sad. Just about a year ago, I signed up to be an ambulance driver on an all-volunteer first aid squad in Morris County, New Jersey. That don't cheer my midlife crisis. No need, no need. It is bad in a big way. I mean, I'd like to claim that I felt this burning desire to do my civic duty or maybe set a good example for my son, and those are factors, sure, but the reality is this. We moved from New York City way out in the sticks of Jersey. Like, we're in the boondocks, and we live in this town where I don't really know anybody, and there's not much to do, and that's what it came down to. The first aid squad put a note in every mailbox in town, and it was like, hey, it's an all-volunteer service. We really need new people. If you think you got it in you, come to the meeting. See if it's for you. We read that note. My wife's reaction, she goes, maybe this is a thing you could do. That was the sad conversation surrounding it. Even you would be allowed to participate in this. And I went to the firehouse. And I met all the EMTs, and most of them were like retirement age men, and they've all been doing this forever, and they've got inside jokes. And there was this one guy named Larry Wepler, and he leaned over and he made a couple jokes to me, and I chuckled. And in my head, I was like, I think this is my social life now. I think this is what I do for fun. I think me and Larry Wepler drive around Morris County, New Jersey, saving lives. That's what I do for fun. That's the big difference. When you're in your 20s, you go by Heather Leather. When you're in your 40s, you're hanging out with Larry Wepler. That's it, right there. My shift is Tuesday nights. Starts at 7 p.m. This is true. Every Tuesday at 7, I turn on a pager. And if the pager goes off, I gotta run out the door. I gotta get to the firehouse. It goes overnight until Wednesday at 7 a.m. 12-hour shift every Tuesday night. Think about that. If you ever find yourself in North Jersey on a Tuesday night, and God forbid you have some kind of emergency where you have to call 911, there is a decent chance that I show up. Me, driving the ambulance. You want me to fuck the pussy? That guy, I show up. And then me and an elderly man named Larry Wepler climb out and we save you? It makes me so sad. It makes me so sad when I think about it. Because my life used to be cool, man. I used to have a legitimately cool life like 5 or 6 years ago. I do not presume that anybody in here has followed my career, but if you have, you can vouch for me. There was a stretch where I was like a real cool kid when it came to like bullshit, alternative, hipster comedy. When it came to that like Brooklyn-y, weirdo comedy, I was a real hot commodity for a while there, man. There was a stretch where if you had some TV show cut from that cloth on the air for enough seasons, decent chance I was gonna get a part on that show at some point. It was great. I was on a hot streak for years. It has cooled down considerably. That's not what makes me sad. I'm sad for the people of Morris County, New Jersey. Because there's a chance someday some guy's laid out on a stretcher having one of the scariest experiences he's ever had, and then he does a double take and he's like, wait, didn't you play Alana's boss on Broad City? And then he fucking dies. And that's someone's final words. That is the saddest final. No, the only one sadder. It's like someone's getting CPR and it's all intense. And he's like, hold on. You played Toby on The Office, right? And I'll be like, actually, no, my character's name was Trevor, season 9. But a lot of people do mix that up. And I don't really know why. Like, I don't think me and that actor look all that much alike. He's a good guy. I've met him, but like we're both gingers. Like, and then just beep. Dead. My favorite thing about joining the First Aid Squad is that when I did it for 6 months, they gave me the jacket. And I don't think I even need to explain. You know the jacket I mean. Imagine an ambulance pulls up to the scene and then the driver climbs out and you can see it, that navy blue where you're like, is that a fleece or a windbreaker? What is that right there, right? And it has the emblem right there. And my town, the emblem happens to feature a drawing with an ambulance. And above it, it says the name of the town. Below it, it says First Aid. Now, I wear the jacket on Tuesday nights around the house. Because if the pager goes off, I can't be wasting time trying to locate the jacket. So I just wear it all night. And the first Tuesday that I wore it, my son saw it. And he said, Daddy, that's a cool jacket. And I said, thanks so much, man. And he goes, I like that picture with the ambulance. I said, thank you. And then it got really interesting. He went, I know what those words say. Now I was very intrigued by this because he's 3 years old. And he cannot read. Not even close. So I really wanted to know. I go, what do you think the words say? And he goes, well, above the picture, it says Daddy. And underneath, it says ambulance. And I looked at him. I said, man, you are so adorably naive. If you think your dorky father could ever pull off a nickname as baller as Daddy Ambulance. That's the most amazing nickname I've ever heard. I could never, ever pull that off. There is not a world where I'm walking down the street and from across the way, someone's like, yo, Daddy Ambulance. And I'm like, whoop, whoop. Sirens always blaring, baby. Parties never stopping. Bottles always popping, panties always dropping. Daddy Ambulance. I wish that was me.